If you are getting ready to explant soon, I'm going to share with you 3 of the worst things that you can be doing before your explant. And I'm also going to share why and give you something to do instead that will actually help you. The first thing is not exercising. And I do understand, because I had these symptoms too, that if you have fatigue and joint pain and anxiety, it really makes it challenging to want to get up and exercise, like when your joints hurt and when you're just not feeling mentally well. But I do firmly believe that when you move your body, whether that be just simply walking around your neighborhood, doing some gentle yoga, or even lifting really light weights just a few times a week for about 30 minutes, that it can help your recovery from your surgery. Doing some kind of physical activity before your explant will improve your joints and strengthen your heart and lungs. And it doesn't need to be anything intense or anything like that, but if you can just raise your heart rate a little bit and start breathing a little bit more, then you will recover from surgery better, in my opinion. The second thing is worrying yourself sick. Before explant, it's really easy to get overwhelmed and have your brain and your thoughts go to worst case scenario about your surgery or how you're going to look or how your spouse might respond after your explant. And these are all things that you have zero control over. So in the meantime, as you are waiting to explant, the best piece of advice that I have for you is to focus on the things that you can control, like getting as healthy and as strong as you can before surgery, preparing your house and making sure like everything's clean so that when you get home from surgery, you're not thinking about all the things that you should be doing, and getting all of your arrangements set in, especially if you're traveling. And if you find that being on social media or being inside Facebook groups is making you feel really anxious and even more scared, I would remove myself from groups or from scrolling on social media or going inside of these groups until after your explant surgery. This is something that I actually had to do myself, because I would go inside groups thinking like it would calm me down and I would feel more clarity and I would feel more like in the know about things. But I kept seeing posts about women who like weren't happy with their results, or they had a complication after surgery, and it really started to freak me out. So at least for the first like 3 weeks leading up to my surgery, I just felt like anxious from the surgery itself, like knowing I have to go through the surgery. And then on top of that, I was getting anxious from everybody else's stories and everybody else's pictures. So I was like, okay, I just really have to focus on myself right now, take care of my body, take care of my mental health. So if you do find yourself worrying, focus on the things that you have control over and remove yourself from the things that are making you feel a little more anxious. And the last one, number 3, this is a big one. You do not want to do any kind of detoxing with your breast implants still in. And the reason why is you don't want to potentially pull toxins from your breast implants. So when you do a detox, and I have a whole video on how to detox properly and safely after explant, I can link it below. But when you go through a detox, you are essentially pulling toxins from your tissues and your cells and having them circulate throughout your body so that you can eliminate them, whether it's via urine, a bowel movement, or sweat. But if you're not taking a binder, which is like the second part of detoxing and a really important part of detoxing, then you could potentially have a retox. And that is when all of the toxins that got pushed out of your cells after they got circulated throughout your system, if they didn't get eliminated, then they could further push themselves into those cells and into those tissues, making like the next detox that you go through even harder because they're deeper inside. So anything that has like milk thistle or burdock root or spirulina, anything that really pushes toxins out, I would really avoid those before surgery and instead double down and really focus on strengthening your immune system and your gut health. One of the supplements that I recommend inside of my healing and detox program, the BII Bridge, is by Zuma Nutrition. And whether you are pre-explant, post-explant, or you never explanted and you're just a human being, I would definitely recommend this fulvic acid and trace ocean minerals into your water every single day, especially if you do filter your water, which you should, because typical tap water has heavy metals in it and fluoride and lead and all this crap, right? So if you are filtering your water, which we have a Berkey filter, then this fulvic acid and trace ocean minerals helps with anti-inflammation, energy levels, and hormone balancing. It kind of just adds nutrients back into your water. Something else that you can take pre-explant, post-explant, or if you're just a human, are probiotics. And again, this just really helps with your gut health and keeping your gut microbiome very healthy and strong and diverse. And I think it's like 80% of our gut or 80% of our immune system comes from our gut. So having a strong gut is really closely tied to having a strong immune system. Another supplement that I take by them are their amino acids. And again, you could take this pre or post-explant, but this also helps with immune function, brain function, lean muscle retention, and energy levels. These three things, especially in my opinion, should be staples in everybody's kind of supplement routine because it just helps with our minerals, which a lot of us just don't get enough of these days because our soil is depleted, our water's contaminated, so on and so forth. Our amino acids, especially if you have more of a vegan lifestyle, those would be very essential. And then of course the probiotics, because everybody these days really needs some gut support. And I kind of wanted to just throw this in here, but this zeolite is the one that I recommend inside of the BII Bridge Healing and Detox program for post-explant. And it's a binder. It helps with heavy metal detox, cellular detoxification, toxin removal, and cellular health. And that would be one that I wouldn't start until after explanting. And a little sidebar, because I did have it down here and I do want to say, and I actually just had somebody reach out to me like a week or two ago about this, but I would definitely recommend not going in a sauna or a hot tub, anything that's going to raise your body temperature, especially when you still have these breast implants in, because I don't think the breast implant manufacturers did any kind of studies on what happens when your body temperature raises or when these breast implants are exposed to higher temperatures. So if you ever found yourself feeling just kind of like icky and weak and like weird after going in a sauna or getting out of a jacuzzi, I have, then that could be why. And lastly, if you just discovered breast implant illness, I have the book Discovering Breast Implant Illness, What Now for you. This will help get you from I just discovered breast implant illness, what do I do now, all the way through your explant surgery. There's the pre-op consultation questions in here. I talk about the 7 steps to get you to your explant surgery because oftentimes we can overwhelm ourselves and feel like we need to be doing more than we actually need to do. So it's just like boom, 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 and you got your explant surgery scheduled. I also talk about saline breast implants in here, heavy metals found in breast implants, post-op care, 22 things to do before your surgery. And I also do have some immune system and detox recommendations in here. So it's really everything that you need and no more. This is something that I wish that I had when I was preparing for my explant because I just was getting all sorts of information from all the groups and felt a little bit overwhelmed. But this is just like pieces it all together and makes you feel a lot more calm and confident while you're preparing for your explant surgery. I'll put the link down to this guide below. So let me know what you think if you are preparing to explant. Will you be avoiding any of these things? Have you started doing any of these things and now you're like, oh crap? Let me know down below. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Christina. I'm the founder of sizehappy, the admin of the best Facebook group on Facebook, Breast Implant Illness, Rejuvenation, and Education with Christina. And you can also find me on Instagram at I am sizehappy.